Hey everybody, it's been a minute since I've done one of these teaching videos, but I am back and I want to talk to you about something that I have been asked about a lot. So first of all, I'm going to ask you, what do you think of my hair curly? I'm not really sure. This is actually my natural hair. It's like a beachy wave naturally, like maybe a little tighter than a beachy wave, but I can never decide if I love it or hate it. I'm seeing a friend today for a quick coffee, and she's a hairdresser, so I feel anxiety in general about wearing my hair curly in front of her because it gets so frizzy, but it's humid out. Anyway, that's not what I'm here to teach you about. I just can't decide if I like my hair like this. So, I've been asked so much about how to get traffic to your blog and the best ways to promote. You know, social media is amazing. It is the #1 way to promote your blog. It is such a freaking powerhouse when it comes to boosting blog traffic, but it can get so annoying to constantly be tweeting, Facebooking, Instagramming, on Pinterest, on Periscope, on Snapchat, on every single social media platform, just trying to get somebody to click your freaking link. And I can understand how frustrating it is. And you know what? As much as social media is probably the biggest driver to my blog at the present moment, if I was to look at my Google Analytics, it's not the be-all and end-all. So if you're having trouble pushing traffic to your blog or to your website, I've got a few tips for you, and these are tips that are tried, tested, and proved. I promise you that they work if you really implement them. So the first thing you need to do is you need to write longer blog posts. There was this trend for a little while where people were writing, short little lists, little tidbits. People want snackable information. Well, that's going out the window. First of all, Google loves long, and I'm talking over 1,000 words. I don't know that I've written a blog post under 1,000 words in years. You have to write long blog posts, and you have to make them juicy. You want people to read to the end, or at least to the middle. Just read to the middle. So you really have to put some effort into making your blog posts long, full of content. And here's the key: story-filled. Be a storyteller on your blog. The more you tell stories, the more people relate to you, the more they connect with you, and the more they want to read your content. They'll seek you out. They'll bookmark your page. They'll come back time and time again. So that's the first thing. You've got to focus on longer content with great stories that is juicy and meaty and really gives people something to hold on to. The next thing I want you to do is write consistently, but write less often. So show up on the same day each week, but only write one a week. Show up twice a week, but on the same days. Consistency is even more important than writing a bunch of blog posts each week. So a big mistake a lot of newer bloggers make is writing every day, feeling like they need to fill their blog up with content. You're wrong. You don't. What you need to do is you need to write one long, juicy storytelling post a week, or 2 long, juicy storytelling posts a week. And that's what you need to be focused on. Stop trying to write as much as possible and focus on writing less often, but consistently. People will show up when they get to know your pattern of posting. Now, after you've got those 2 things done, I want you to stop focusing on all social media platforms. Okay, and I talked about this right at the beginning. It's frustrating to try to be on every platform and do it well. So while I do think you need a presence on all the major social media platforms, I want you for 1 month to choose 2 platforms that you really like, you enjoy being on, and figure out the pattern of engagement. Figure out how you can draw and attract new readers to your blog using only those 2 social media platforms. And once you put that effort into those social media platforms, you'll begin to see what works for you. Once you feel like you really have it covered on those platforms, add in a 3rd platform, add in a 4th platform, learn something new about a different platform, but really hone in and focus. And I would particularly suggest focusing on Facebook and Instagram. Those are my biggest ones for traffic, and they're also pretty user-friendly. So once you kind of figure out a pattern that works for you, or a method to your madness to grab readers in, then you can move on, maybe add Twitter. maybe think about adding Pinterest. Maybe if you love being on video, add a YouTube channel or go on Periscope, or maybe use Snapchat, whatever it is. Don't try to be on every platform and kill it on every platform. Really focus on one or two, figure out what your audience wants there, and then give it to them. And once your brain has figured that out, and once you kind of figured out a method to really make that work, move on to your next social media platform. It's kind of a weird philosophy, but I promise you, I spent an entire month just focusing on Instagram. Now Instagram is the #1 source of my social media traffic. 1 month I focused on Instagram, and it is now the #1 source of my traffic to my blog. Ridiculous, right? That's the power of really focusing in and honing in on something and really putting your attention there. So the next thing that I want you to do is something that seems really, really simple, but so many people don't do it, myself included, which is add really easy to use social sharing buttons. For years, this is like a true confession here, for years, I did not have any social sharing buttons on my blog, which is ridiculous. That means if somebody came to my blog and liked my stuff, they couldn't hit a button and share it onto their Facebook. They couldn't hit a button and share it onto their Twitter or their Pinterest or their LinkedIn or whatever it was. Right now, stop this video, pause it, whatever it is. If you have a website, you need to install social sharing buttons. I'm on WordPress, so I use SumoMe. It's free. It's a plugin. I downloaded it. It has social sharing buttons that pop up to the side of all my blog posts, and I'll leave a link below to blog posts so that you can see how that works. You have to make it super easy to share. People won't share your content if it's not easy. Make it shareable. Super easy. Here's the next one. I've talked about this before. Giveaways. Giveaways are such an amazing way to drive traffic to your blog. And once new readers are there, they're likely going to click around on your site because they're there anyway. So you have to do some kind of giveaway that's going to really draw people in. And I want you to think outside of the box. Don't be like, oh, no brands want me. No sponsors want to do a giveaway with me. Why are you only going for big brands or signing up for these middlemen programs that choose people based on their social analytics? No, you can go to an Etsy seller. If you know another blogger who, I don't know, wrote an ebook or has a course, approach them and say, listen, I have an audience, you have an audience, why don't I do a giveaway of that ebook? It benefits both of you. If you know somebody who makes handmade goods, talk to them about doing one giveaway. And here's the truth for me. When I started my blog and I started getting interested in how to drive traffic to my blog, I used to go out, buy a product, put up the giveaway, go to the post office, mail it out myself to the winner. But you know what? Probably some of my earliest readers, the really loyal ones who still read today, came from those early giveaways. I think I gave away like, it was like a diaper holder from an Etsy seller. Just a little like diaper holder that you could slip into your purse and have a few diapers and wipes in there. That's what I gave away. And I had, I don't know, maybe 700 people entered. And I'm talking in 2009, 700 people entered for a little teeny tiny thing from an Etsy seller that I actually paid for myself. So I want you to think outside of the box. Think of people you could help promote by giving something away, but in turn, it also helps you drive new readers to your site, and those readers will want to stay when they see how awesome your posts are. The last thing I want you to do is to do something completely different than you've ever done before. When my traffic starts getting stale and I'm not seeing consistent growth, I start doing something different. I make a video. You go live on Facebook. Try Medium. Try going on Reddit. Maybe do a roundup post if you've never done a roundup before. Join a mastermind. Send an email to a blogger that you really like and see if there is a way you can collaborate. Start a Twitter chat. Start an Instagram chat. Write about something you've never written about before. Tell a story from your life that has nothing to do with the rest of your blog. Just shake it up. When you're not getting new readers to your blog, it's telling you need to do something different. It doesn't mean you get rid of everything else you've done, but you need to shake it up. So do something different. Be exciting. Try something new. Even if it flops, oh well, at least you tried, and you don't know until you try. So really, I want you to get outside of what's comfortable for you and just try something brand new. And just as an FYI, don't try it once. Don't do a live stream once and say, oh, nobody watched live, that's the end. Give it some time. Try it out. Be different and innovative and interesting and go outside of what's comfortable for you. That always brings a new readership to my blog. It always improves my blog traffic. And you know what else though too? It reignites my passion and my spark for blogging. So I really highly suggest you try something new. On the link I'll leave in the comments or in the description below, there's a link to a blog post that I have with a whole bunch of different ideas of new stuff you can try. And although that was the last one, I just mentioned something that I think is so important. Be passionate about what you're writing about. Whether you have a website that is to help other people, whether you have a website that's a diary of your own life, write because you're passionate about it. Stop listening to the advice that tells you you need to fit into a certain box, you need to write certain types of posts, you need to be in a niche. No. You need to write stuff you're passionate about. Because when you're passionate about it, you write well. And when you write well, people get interested. And when people are interested, they visit your blog. Stop worrying about getting 10,000 hits each month. Stop worrying about other bloggers who say they have 250,000 hits each month. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. I know that not everyone is always truthful about their traffic or how they get their traffic. Worry about creating awesome content, creating juicy and meaty content that's storytelling based. Worry about learning new skills, developing your ability to connect with people on new or interesting social media platforms. Worry about making sure that you are writing content you are passionate about and you would want to read. And worry about doing something new. Don't stay stuck in the mud, or even worse, don't say, nothing's working, I'm just going to give up my blog. Go outside of what you think you should be doing and try something wildly and drastically different. I think you will see such an amazing difference in your blog traffic because of that. And one last thing, don't check your analytics every hour. I do that, like with weighing myself every hour just to see if I've gained a pound. Don't constantly check. Do the work, put your time in, really make a concerted effort to build relationships, not just clicks, and you will see an amazing and vast improvement in the number of people who visit your blog or your website. And you will also see an amazing and vast improvement in how you feel about blogging and your connection to it. So I hope that's helpful for you guys, whether you're a new or old blogger. There's always something new to learn. There's always something we can improve on. There's always something outside of the box we can do to try to shake things up, bring new people to our blog, and really give them a great experience once they're on our site. Also, let me know if you like my curly hair. I don't know. I feel like it makes me maybe look a little bit old. We'll see. I've left some stuff for you down in the description. Click on it. Go visit my blog, Sleeping is for Losers, and we'll talk soon. Bye.